I gained over 100,000 followers in just 3 months and millions of views on multiple posts of mine just by following a simple system that you can also repeat and consistently execute and dedicate only 2 hours a month to create a whole month worth of content. In this video, I will outline an overview of this entire system, but the full system takes 6 hours long to understand, and you can access the full course in the description below. The Go Viral system can be broken down in 6 main parts. First, understanding your audience. Second, understanding who your competitors are and what they're doing, especially the ones who are up and coming and are doing social media right in your specific niche. Third, understanding the algorithm and different social media platforms and how differently they operate. Fourth, understanding the psychology of attention, scripting videos and understanding dopamine triggers, creating systems to mass produce and edit content in batches to simplify and reduce your content creation. Sixth, scheduling posts to just sit back and watch the growth of your social media while not doing menial tasks. First, you need to understand your audience. If you are giving steak to a vegan, no matter how good the steak that you make, the vegan will not eat it. This is something very important for you to understand, is if you're trying to market your music and you're targeting the wrong people, what's going to end up happening is you're not going to get a lot of shares and interactions and engagement to your posts, and you'll think that your music is not good or your posts are not good. This is why it's so crucial to understand how to target your audience and how to even find out who your audience is and how to talk in their language. This is why you need to leverage psychology. And one way to think about it is the Myers-Briggs personality type. Most people think that audience is just age, sex, and location. That is just the basic fundamentals, but more importantly, you need to understand whether they are extroverts, introverts, they're thinkers or feelers, perceptive or judgmental. All of these aspects define a Myers-Briggs personality type, and this will also give you a clearer idea of how you should portray yourself on social media. So what you want to do is figure out what is the general population that listens to your style of music. If they're extroverted thinkers, then they're going to tend to want content that is lighthearted, funny. Memes would work in this situation. But if your audience is deeper and likes more emotional depth, then they are going to be turned off by memes and lighthearted content. Understanding the personality types of your audience is going to help you shape your brand and will help you understand what kind of storylines that you can portray on your social media that they can get attached to. If you have too broad of a storyline and too many storylines going simultaneously, it might confuse your audience and you might not have a strong brand. How social media actually works is if your post is shown to a lot of people who are not really looking for your music, they won't engage with it. And in the end, what the algorithm starts doing is thinking that your post is just not engaging enough and it stops showing it to other people. This is why you want to be very specific about who follows you, and the kind of content that you put out will attract the right kind of people. Your goal is to get as many streams on your songs as possible, which means that your focus should be to attract the audience that listens to your music, which ends up helping you out in your music career. If your followers don't convert to ticket sales, it doesn't matter how many followers you are not able to get the biggest shows or the lineup positions that you really want. Another big mistake that a lot of artists do is they use push versus pull. If you're trying to push your music onto people by promoting it and using promotional language, like things are out now, or if you don't support me, you are not a good person, it's coming off as if your music is just not good enough to attract the right kind of people. You want to just trust the process and be consistent in understanding social media better to craft the posts that naturally attract the audience that is resonating with your music. Once you understand your audience, now you want to go deep into competitor analysis, and you want to understand exactly what your competitors are doing. Ideally, someone who is up and coming, because up and coming artists are going to make content that you can actually reproduce. Whereas if you're not playing festival shows and are looking at already established DJs, they're mostly posting videos from their tours, which you can't really reproduce. The first thing you want to do is go and analyze the best performing posts of the up and coming artists. See what they're doing, what kind of text they're using, how you can relate that text to your audience, what kind of content type they're using, whether it's slideshows, short form videos, or even long form content, what parts of their songs they're using to promote their audio on Instagram and TikTok. and what content they're using to nurture their already existing followers by showing parts of the person. And finally, what hashtag, description, and also call to actions that they're using to get people to continually follow them and engage with their content. After you've done the competitor analysis, now it's time to dive deep into understanding the algorithm and understanding how social media works. The attention span has been reduced, and now people are very picky about what they want to spend their time watching. This is why you need to understand how to hook in an audience in the first 3 seconds of your post, which will stop people from scrolling away. Understand what people are doing in order to make people stay longer on their video or even rewatch the video, as well as understanding deeply what features of social media you can use to increase the engagement. For example, in Reels, you have polls that if people engage with the polls, it counts as an engagement along with the shares, comments, likes, and even reposts at this point. You also want to understand that now social media has become a lot about understanding dopamine triggers. So you need to understand throughout your video how you can sprinkle in certain dopamine triggers to get people to watch longer and even stay till the end of the video or repeat the audio again and again and again. The main thing you also want to focus on as a musician is get as many people as possible to reuse your audio, because the more people who use your audio in their own reels, the higher chance for you to go viral when you use that same audio on your own posts, because the artist that originally created that audio is going to get the most amount of algorithmic benefits from using that post as it shows up at the top. And after you've understood social media, now you want to get down and dirty and make the content. And in this situation, you want to again focus on templating. You can create many templates. A simple tool to use to edit your videos is called CapCut. You want to basically go out and record video, maximum spending 1 to 2 hours a month, and then spending another day to edit videos and create a template so you can batch edit and put out at least 12 to 30 videos for every shoot that you go to. This means that when you're going out and recording content, you want to use as many of your original videos. You want to think about how you can create long form videos and then chop them up into short form videos, and emphasize on the remixes that you made because those have the highest chance of virality. This seems like a lot, but half of the battle is just doing all of the research once and documenting it again in some form of Google Sheet or another tool so that you can consistently just refer to it before posting content. And you can even document ideas of your competitors or well-performing posts in other niches, so you have ideas already documented and ready to record when you go out on your recording sessions. Your goal here is to focus on limiting the amount of time you're spending creating content and editing it to maximum 3 to 4 hours for a month worth of content, which means around 30 videos. I give you this entire system along with all the tools and how to document, and I teach you how to understand all of the details of social media as well as viral marketing in terms of understanding your audience, etc. in my Go Viral course, which again is in the link in the description below.